Hello everybody, welcome to Kakushigoto episode 7 anime review. This episode, they got a dog, and that's pretty much the main thing that happened this week. Dogs are cool. There is some more other fancy stuff going on as well on the past side and the future side. We learned a little bit more about the rich man who, is the mum's dad, so Hime's grandfather. Yeah, we learned a bit more about him and what he's like and everything. At least I think I did anyway. The future stuff, some stuff happened, but that's at the very end, so we'll get to that. And yeah, more importantly though, they got a dog, and there was a lot of analogies and comparisons between dogs and manga artists. Lots of that. Anyway, let's jump into the episode, see how it all went down and everything. Let's do this. So the episode begins. Hime wants a dog. She's got this little booklet thing, if I remember right. It talks about these 10 commandments for having a dog, which basically boils down to dogs don't live as long as people, so spend time with them. And it's just like immediate. This makes Kakushi cry all day and all night till he goes into work. He's crying at work too. Everyone's like, "What's up with that?" And then he tells them about it, and it's like, "Yeah, that's the thing that's happening." Then there's a great metaphor, we'll call it, or is it a simile? I don't remember my English class. Basically, getting a dog is like starting a new series. You can't just abandon it halfway, you have to do it to the end. At first it was like, yeah, this is a dumb metaphor, but then by the end of it, it was like, actually, kind of makes sense in a little bit of a way. That's the thing that happened. Then they do 10 Commandments of Manga Artists, like parody. There was another one later on, but I haven't wrote it down, so sorry about that. Teacher has a dog as well, and has for a while, because she said like, hey, I was always alone and my dog helped me through it, and since Kakushi realizes, yeah, Hime's alone a lot too, probably should get a dog that might help. So he tells Hime, hey, you can get a dog. Hime's friends then, very quickly with this, they're going to spy on the teacher because the teacher's been spotted with a mysterious male individual, it's Kakushi by the way. So yeah, they go to spy on her. He thinks that having a dog, people will spot him, realize he's Hime's dad, and also that he's dressed like a manga artist, so then his secret will be revealed, but that's not a thing that's going to happen, I don't think, personally. He runs away after that, goes home, calls the place. They're all out of puppies. Oh, I guess you're not getting a dog. Now he has to tell them all, and that's not good. He tells the assistants before Hime, and they all break down into tears. You'd think they'd just been told something very... Well, I mean, it is very sad. Dogs are cool. They were just as excited as Hime was. So yeah, they're all... And that makes him even more nervous about telling Hime. Hime on the way home hears from some old woman that you need to have more people to look after a dog, basically. Like, hey, your mum's got to be in the house to look after the dog when everyone else is out. And she's like, oh, I don't have a mum, which is a bit sad. Yeah, and then at home, she says that to him. He's like, oh, it's okay, we can't do it, just the two of us. Kakushi gets a bit mad at this. He's like, of course we can, we're a normal family. He goes running outside for some reason. The rich guy pulls up, the grandfather pulls up, and just gives him a dog. More on that later. And the assistant found a painting of Hime in the cupboard. A Hime and a dog painting in a cupboard with the wrong date written on it. The wrong date. It's not the wrong date. Again, more on that in a minute. Kakushi brings the dog home. She's going to sleep with the dog. She does, but she's like does it at an angle, so she's still on the bed with Kakushi and against the dog as well. So they all sleep. She's like a bridge connecting the human and the dog, or something like that. It was very sweet, very nice. All the assistants meet the dog to start with the second half. Dog doesn't have a name yet. What's it going to be called? Probably Dog. I don't have a name for it. Kakushi's mad that the painting's there. He almost strangles the poor kid. Turns out it's not actually a painting of Hime. It's a painting of Hime's mum when she was a kid with the dog that her dad had painted. So the grandfather painted this. The dog in the painting, by the way, is like the ancestor, or ancestor's the word, of Hime's dog. So it's like a big old happy, it's destiny and all that. Then they talk about how the lineage of the assistants, how you can about how it mirrors their mentor's art and whatever. They talk about that for a little bit. So yes, and this new artist is popular, but he can't remember them at all. So Kakushi then tries explaining it to the teacher later on, very badly. He makes it sound like he did a one and done, if you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, then she says something like, hey, you end up looking like the thing you love. So that's nice. Maybe he may look like Kakushi, but then she pretends to be a dog. So he's like, please pick me instead, you know? The new artist, who looks like him, turns out they were copying him based on editor request, but the editor meant a different Goto Sensei, not our Goto Sensei. Yeah, then he starts copying his old assistant, because now they've surpassed him, so he shall copy them. He wants a new assistant as well, because I guess he needs a 5th assistant. Is there 4 of them? Whatever, he wants another one. But then it's like a big old flip-floppy thing. It's like a catch-22, because in order to get a new assistant, he needs to get renown, so his assistants need to debut. But also, they can't debut because he still needs them all to help him, basically. So it's like, what do you do in that situation? I don't know. I'm just a guy. I'm not hired for this. Hime also starts learning the piano. I didn't mention it. Hime gets a piano from her granddad. And she learns from the guy who ran the clothes shop. And because he was friends with the high school girl. It's like one of them conspiracy charts of how everyone knows each other at this point. Basically, Hime's learning the piano because the grandfather said maybe she's got the same talent her mum had, so he got her a piano. This is basically what happened. Probably wants her to go into pianoing. Pianoing? Playing the piano is what that's called. Hime made dinner from her mum's recipe as well at the end. It was very nice. I say at the end we have a future bit left, and that's pretty interesting. So all of Hime's friends followed her on our quest through memories, I guess. And then the teacher rocks up, and she's got long hair and isn't in a tracksuit, and it's pretty weird, in a good way, of course. But yeah, she shows up and it's like, I have good news and I've got bad news. So she's going to fill in exactly what's going on to the friends, maybe. I have no idea, but it's exciting. I bet we won't hear what the good news and the bad news is until at least the end of next week's episode. Maybe they'll do it at the beginning. But it's like, boy, it's making me the future bit is making me quite nervous, because I mean we can sort of see which way I think it's going. I think Kakushi might not be alive, and that's a bit of that's not good. But hopefully, would I feel shortchanged if they pulled the rug out and were like, no, he was fine, he's just ashamed of being a manga artist or something? I don't know. I mean, it would feel more in character, but they've built it up at this point in like this very somber, depressing atmosphere. It'd be weird if he was just fine. But yeah, no, the past pics, they got a dog. Didn't even notice the dog was in the ending the whole time, the credits. No, didn't notice it, so there's that. They got a dog, good stuff. Interesting things about, want to know a bit more about the grandfather. I think he wanted his daughter, aka the mum, to go one way, but she met Kakushi and didn't, and he didn't really forgive him for that. So now he's going to try and mold Hime into what he wants. Which, don't do that. Let the girl do whatever she wants, you know. But yeah, that was this week's episode. I thought once again it was quite good. We're over halfway. Don't know how many. I think we've got 12 episodes this, so that should be good. Can't really think of anything else to say, so I guess I'll wrap up here. Thank you, everybody, for watching this review. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please consider subscribing and stuff for more reviews. That would help me out a lot. Thank you very much. I will see you next week for another episode of this. Take care, and bye, guys.